All right, so guys, welcome to the show. We have Erik with Carbon, and literally, we have a basketball challenge. Grand Apps versus Carbon, and it's going down.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Not saying who's gonna win. We don't know yet. I'll have to know day of when I look at their roster. I'm a pretty good predictionist. Is that a word?
That is a word.
I predict very well.
That is a word.
So we'll see what ends up happening. But
and we're not the coaches. We're playing.
We're actually gonna play. I'm a sub for sure because I just defense. Me and Ben Wallace. I play off.
Oh, you like Ben?
Yeah, man.
I love Ben.
Great
actually,
no shot.
I model my game. I swear to God, after Rip Hamilton.
Oh really?
I run in circles and I don't spot up and I just grab and shoot. And I can shoot without spotting up.
Yeah. You just turn around right after. Don't even need to look at it. Knows that.
Listen, I'm not gonna tell him any more secrets, and we're gonna have this game. We're gonna have this game, and we're gonna get sponsored. Let's make it a big thing.
We get sponsored. That'd be sweet.
We'll get the charity. We'll get this.
Let's do the first one Monday. I'm down for Monday.
I think we should make it bigger, and we should get sponsors and give it away, and make we should really do that.
We have a few clients that I know would love it. We do a lot of stuff with different nonprofits. Boys and
Girls
Girls
Club
do that specifically. They all their stuff is self-funded. They're not even a part. They don't get financial things from the national.
We should do that. We should do that and give it away and make it a thing. 100%.
I'm down.
So welcome to the show. So by the way, Alex is sitting over here. Is he in frame or no? Not at all. So Alex, get in frame real quick. So he's the mastermind behind.
Connector.
Alex is the connector, literally saying we need to start the show off like this: the charity basketball game, Grand Apps versus Carbon Stories. We are coming at you. So if you guys want to sponsor it, let us know. But Alex is the mastermind.
I'm here.
So real quick.
So nice.
Do you love Carbon, and what do you do?
I love Carbon. I'm a project manager at Carbon Stories, so I just bring the projects in. It's awesome. Yeah, I love to work for Carbon. It's a great place to work for. I mean, it's fun. It's awesome. It challenges me every day as far as my personal goals as well.
So let's say he's got his own stuff going too with his clothing line, and he does a great job. It helps inspire all of us to keep creating when everybody's working on their own thing as well.
Right.
And so of course, the things that we produce at Carbon, we're able to do to help build his brand. Take 100%. Chances is the name of it. And so when he had his first pop up last year, that was even before he started at Carbon, but we were all there making sure he was set with space needs, photography. We even made a short video. Always just hustling to help grow each other.
That's one of the the great things about Carbon is there's a platform for everybody. Whatever you guys need, there's always a platform for everybody there. We're always encouraging everybody to do better and chase their goals. So and that's why I love to be a part of Carbon. 1202 all day, man. There's nothing besides that. It's 1202 all day.
They say carbon or die. That's the
Carbon or die.
We're getting that tatted. 1202 is tatted up.
But we're gonna be like Carbon or lose, because Grand Apps is not losing this basketball game. I promise you that.
Yes, come to the basketball game. That's gonna be
Lincoln Park.
Let's do it. I swear. Let's make it a big thing.
It'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Let's promote it. For real, that'd be cool as shit.
It's already
get a fire made.
Yeah.
We'll get the fire together.
I love that. Yeah. So we're talking about, all right. So one subject, Alex comes on, talks about working at Carbon. One thing that I've noticed about you was you have built such a phenomenal culture.
Thank you. A little bit
and
of
you're, give us a secret sauce, man. I know you love sharing. I do too.
Honestly, the culture aspect just comes from what Alex was saying. Everybody has a platform. Of course, I have the goals that I wanted to see Carbon become when I was sitting by myself in my apartment. This is the business plan, and this is where I see I want to be. But I knew at the same time.
Did you really have a business plan?
I had a business plan.
You did?
Yes, I did. I had two versions of it. So the first one was only 4 pages, and it was kind of half done, just because I got into a funk where I was like, I'm just ready to go do it. I can't write down anymore, so I kind of stopped at the operation plan. But then come 2016, because we started in 2015, springtime.
You're such a baby. How old are you?
22.
22
years of age.
I am the grandpaps at 29. And now we got it out there, right? We're good.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I just wanted to have something when I presented it to my friends so that it's not just, oh, listen to me ramble off. And that's just also the kind of person I am, the process that I got. I had a PowerPoint, and then the business plans were printed out for people to be able to read. But then come 2016, when I realized that this was going to be something that was for the rest of my life, before I was like, guys, we'll see if we get one project. Made a joke about it being with Spectrum Health, and we ended up having our first project with Spectrum Health. And so then I developed a business plan even more, got from each person like, hey guys, what are things you want to see us describe more in here? What can we write on paper that's going to make our process that much better? And so from 2016, that business plan, still I've like revamped it a little bit last fall. I had a couple of team members who helped me with that, but I always like to have that kind of blueprint document of this is who Carbon is. Yeah, because then when I die, like it can continue to go. It's something that's bigger than me. I am the sole owner and I started it myself, but still it's bigger than who I am. That goes back to the culture aspect. This platform is, of course, we've got the goals for what Carbon is and what we want it to be, but everybody has different things that they want to accomplish. We've got a creator named Renato, he goes by Gordatron on Instagram, and his goal is to travel and take pictures for different artists. Of course, like
what kind of artists?
Music. He loves music artists. Yeah.
What kind of genre?
He actually toured with Snoop Dogg before. And so he likes hip hop genre. Snoop Lion, it was Snoop Dogg at the time. Yeah, he's back to Snoop Dogg now. Snoop Dogg and Dogg. Yeah, no, Renato.
Listen, I love hip hop. I'm all in, man.
I love the culture. And so something that I've been learning even in the last 2 years, because I feel like I've done a lot more in the hip hop culture, is it's bigger than just music too. I think before I just thought it was like, oh, that's hip hop music, but no, we're talking like clothes, we're talking about what they do for the community. So there's a hip hop community here in Grand Rapids that's actually in 2 weeks throwing a few events that are giving back to the community. We'll be documenting it with photo and video, and it's really cool because the mission is to be like, hey, look, this is hip hop is bigger than just music. Again, it goes back to Carbon's culture. Like, it's bigger than just Carbon. Each and every one of us have things that we want to accomplish, and us hustling and growing and getting better is going to help push Carbon to that ultimate goal. And then, of course, everyone who's around is going to reach the goal that they want. We have creators who want to stay in Grand Rapids. They want to build a family. They love the West Michigan atmosphere. Of course, they love to travel as well. This is Matt I'm talking about. Shout out to Matt. He's a hustler. The guy's still grinding. Matt Horling. Oh. Matt Horling. He's one of the.
We got a story about that, Matt.
Okay. He's one of the OGs though. Matt was one of our first creators when we started, and everybody was under 20 at the time when Carbon started.
What's your average age now?
Now everybody's under 24. Lee is the oldest. Lee and David.
I mean, we're like 27.
He's a grandpa. Lee's a grandpa.
Lee's the grandpa. Carbon. Shout out to Grandpa Lee.
Hey Lee, if you're watching this. Hey, Lee, you're the grandpa. And you're 24, so I'm like dead. So, yeah, welcome to the show.
No, we all happen to be younger. Average age right now is 20, 21.
That's cool.
I'm even a little older than some of the people. Yeah. Nobody that's a creator is actually in high school now, but like last year, one of our creators were still in high school. We have interns who are going to become creators after the summer, who are just graduating out of high school. Yeah. But everybody's young, and that energy of like, we want to grow, try new things, and get better. Kind of just, again, goes back to all of the goals that we have. And sometimes it's like, okay, this is what we want to do, but how in the world are we going to get there?
Right.
We know, bottom line, if we start doing this and provide value for our clients, like it all goes back to value, then we'll get to where we want to be.
So with that, like, Super Ambitious started very young. I'm young too. We're all young. Where do you want to go? And you alluded to it when we were talking. I wanted to save it for you, save it for me.
Yeah.
I want this to be right on the spot. Like, where do you want to go? The real vision for Carbon right now.
The goal is to be in New York and in Grand Rapids physically, but having our media impact around the world. It's already been able to do that, but on a larger scale with, of course, larger budgets, but better quality. And again, back to the V word, value. Better value for our clients, better value for the people who are watching.
What do you focus on? Like, who's like the go-to client? What's your ideal? What do you want to do? Because like shout out to Hugh with Ingalls. If you're watching this, love you.
He was awesome.
He was awesome, and they want to do like documentaries and movies, and they're getting to it, and that's what they said from day one. Yeah. I'm curious what you want to do.
So although we don't have a focus area, I personally
I'm the same.
love I love doing fashion things. Yeah. So I know, of course, like as we continue to get like Cat Footwear is one of our largest.
Carbon Closets too.
Carbon Closets, so that's a different YouTube channel that we run, and so I love fashion. I've been getting into sneakers a lot more too. I'm falling in love with sneakers and learning more. I love fashion personally, But Carbon, what we do is so multifaceted that
Yeah.
we're doing things for construction companies, to healthcare, to startups.
Do you
to
like that, or do you want to get
nonprofits.
more niche?
I love being able to provide our process for different people. I think that's one of the things that drove me to start Carbon Stories.
Yeah.
I was doing this stuff by myself, photo, video, graphic design, and it was for a lot of different people,
Yeah.
different real estate companies. I'd shoot senior photos, people who had startups and
Yeah.
public speakers, and it was awesome. But I loved the idea of like one day I can be doing stuff for a nonprofit.
So you like the challenge of the different.
Yeah, the
solve
different
that problem,
places.
yeah.
I love it. So, of course, when I get to kind of really take on the creative director position, right now I'm creative director, financial director, like all these different areas.
Well, question. With that,
Yeah.
how do you plan to scale?
Yeah.
How do you plan to scale? I'm curious about that because you're sole proprietor.
Mm-hmm.
You literally are doing CFO, CMO,
Yep.
like everything.
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna hire executives, get partners? Like, what are you gonna do?
My plan is for everyone to be getting, I say this all the time, I want photographers to get paid $250,000, right? That's a big number for a photographer doing
Yeah.
it full time.
Yeah,
But
equivalent.
I believe that when we provide that amount of value, like we'll be able to have our people getting paid that much.
Yeah.
But I know that again, I go back to the value word. I plan for us to continue to build our process so that we can give our clients what they need, and other people who need it will come as well.
Yeah.
But the way we'll do that
What
is
about
just
operations?
doing more of it.
Like, are you gonna do all the operations? You don't if I could say one thing, you're probably not an operations guy. Are you or not? I don't know. I actually don't know because you're like, if what I see that's on the public side facing, you're super creative, right? Are you?
So I've become both.
Okay.
And I think
What do you like the most now? Right now.
in this moment.
What do you like the most? In the moment.
Creating.
I fucking hate numbers.
Creating. I like creating right now.
I hate
but
numbers.
I have no problem. And I was making a joke last night. I think Alex, you were there when I said it. I'm a chameleon. Like, were you there last night when I said it?
Yeah.
I can not blend in, but like I will make adapt and do what needs to happen to get it done. My favorite quote is figuring it out. Like I will figure it out to make sure that what I want can happen. But I also understand that there are people who are better than me at it. So I'm not over here doing all of this stuff because I'm like I'm the only one who can do it.
Right.
I'm doing it because right now I see a need and I'm going to accomplish that.
100%,
But that goes back to the business plan. Now we have a handbook. I'm working on more processes written down so that I can say this is the position that I'm looking for. Someone who can fill this and provide these different like this is the skills that I need. And I know sometimes like we are in the creative industry, so there's also this like gray matter, like you just get it, we just vibe together, we click. That is also needed. But I'm trying to do the most I can to make sure it's on paper and it exists somewhere else so that we can scale. And I feel like that's the biggest way to do it, for us at least. But again, I know of companies that are amazing. There's one out of New York called Madberry Club. They're dope. And literally the guy's like, we just started creating things and he said, we don't consider ourselves an advertising agency. We consider ourselves a creative agency. We just create cool stuff together and people pay us for it. And I'm like, that is amazing that they're able to do that because they do stuff with Microsoft, Nike, like Gap, these large brands. But I know based on what we're doing and the way like even I function, I like to have that process side of it as well, and then of course the creation. But at the end of the day, like I love creating. I don't even draw very well, but I've got so many sketches everywhere. That's how the logo came about. I was just sketching in class.
Whoa. Pause. Do you know about the logo?
Carbon Stories logo?
You know it?
Yeah.
Where it came? Why it came?
Wait, where? I'm gonna let Eric explain.
I have no clue. I saw it. I like it though. I like it. There's stickers at literally Stella's.
Yeah.
On the tap handle.
I saw that.
And I see it, and I'm like,
I'm gonna pull it up right
what
now.
in the hell?
I normally
You made it?
I was in HU 225 at GRCC and I sketched stuff like this. This was before Carbon, September of 2014, just drawing random things. But as you can see on my name tag, I drew that and I was like, holy crap.
Why didn't you go with the
this
fire?
can
Why
become
didn't you go
something.
with the fire?
I didn't go with the fire. I don't know why I didn't go with the fire. But I drew that, and this was around the same time I was thinking about doing something more than just myself.
Yeah.
And so then I made this on the computer. Looks like a rainbow threw up on it. People at Carbon love it because they're like, this is the that's the OG logo, so they want to try to make some
Show them
shirts
the one
around
before.
it.
Show them the one before.
I did. Oh yeah, let's show them on camera the sketching. So this was the sketch that I had before, and I'm like, I have to make that on the computer. It just looks sweet. I liked how it had like a 3D aspect to it.
So it was just a random sketch.
Absolute random sketch.
You know what's funny? People are like, we gotta make this big business and like plan it out.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's a random sketch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it happens.
If you go to images, it'll come up. Of course, it's up at the top, but if you go back to the Google search and then go images, it will pull up. You're able to see it because it's a profile picture in a lot of places. Yeah.
I like that color. I love that color.
Yeah. And so then I decided to use these colors as the colors we use for each one of our, like whenever you see the logo,
Green,
you'll see it on the
change
green,
it
you'll
up.
see it on the
Yeah,
blue.
yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where the logo came from. A lot of people ask if it means like the carbon element, because apparently carbon element has like 6 like elements a part of it or sides to it. But no, like this just comes from us. Just like
that's funny shit.
I like the icon, and it's something that's able to be us.
So speaking of icon and clients, that you talked about that big company working with the clients. What is a dream client that you want to work with? That you could see and you could say, I could just take it over and like the creative like.
So you think it'd be really big?
Done.
You think I'd be, because again, like I want to do stuff with Nike,
not
want to
big.
do
I'm
stuff
saying
with
like
Apple.
dream. Like,
but I'm gonna be honest with you, I want Madcap as a client, and I'm wearing this shirt right now. I drink it every day. I love Madcap.
All right.
Just about every day.
First of all, Madcap. If we have any connections out there, if
Yeah.
anybody's watching,
tag
can we
Madcap.
please? How about this? Let's segment this real quick and let's clip this if we can. So what we want to do is get Madcap as a client.
Straight up.
We have Eric with Carbon, and Carbon Stories literally wants to be you as a client.
Well,
So,
thank you guys.
Madcap, please reach out. Not Grand Apps or Render.
No.
Carbon Stories.
Carbon Stories. # will create for coffee. That's the. Let's get that trending on Twitter.
100%.
No, yeah, I just love them.
Please clip that. I will literally put that on my page.
I want Madcap. They're awesome. I love what they do. I was just at the Fulton Street store yesterday, and they have the little postcards like showcasing the story.
What are you gonna do
of
for
these
them? Like, how
different
you gonna,
places.
I mean, like, what's your,
So
what's
I
your
know they
vision?
already have a video guy, and he's a great guy, and I know him, and he's sweet. Like
We
I
love
his
you, Kyle.
work.
Is his name Kyle?
I can't remember his name.
I'm just kidding. I don't know his name.
I
I don't know. I'm just
follow
fucking.
him. It's DJ Varies, I think is his name. So I don't want to do anything outside of what he's already doing. I want to do like other stuff, like process stuff, and the process behind like how they come up with the milkshake. Like they just released like 4 milkshakes. When this shirt got designed, like I saw these, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like I haven't seen colors like this on a sleeve before.
Madcap.
I absolutely love.
Did you buy this shirt?
Branding. No, actually, one of our creators bought it for me. But all the Madcap employees were like, as soon as we get them, we'll let you know. Like they know us at the different stores.
Can we make this happen somehow?
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
We gotta make it happen.
We'll make this happen. So, like
It'll happen.
somehow.
Big picture, it'll happen. The big picture will happen. But companies like Madcap, I like how they're very intentional about what they do product wise.
Yeah.
They care about actually giving us the story of where these beans come from.
Yeah.
And I know other companies do it. I just actually love the fact that it tastes good as well. Like at the end of the day, they have an amazing nitro cold brew. Like their cafe
I like nitro.
is sick.
I like nitro.
Now I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying they have
Oh.
I prefer the black coffee. Now I prefer the black coffee. But nitro's closer.
I like nitro.
Nitro's quicker. I'm sorry. Nitro's quicker.
I like nitro.
And if I'm going in and out, like I'll just get an iced nitro, and I like what it does to me. It definitely is more caffeinated.
Dude, Madcap has the most caffeine of any coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
So, but did you guys? I mean, who here knows about coffee?
I'm getting into it.
Okay, getting it. Do you know about light versus dark?
Yes.
You know? Do you know?
I can taste the difference, but I know that.
You know what I'm going with, right?
I do.
You know what I'm going
I
with?
do.
You get it? Do you get it? So light roast coffee has more caffeine content than dark roast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So if you want to get real jazzed up, light roast.
Light roasted.
Don't go dark. Dark roast has less caffeine than light roast.
I thought it was the opposite way around.
Yeah.
It is not. So clip that up and shout out to Madcap. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, Carbon and Grand Apps mentioned it.
Mention them.
Hire us.
Free sponsors. Yeah. Free sponsorship.
But no, for real, that's what it has. So what I want to do real quick, we don't have any Q&A planned up right now from outside. We have an employee and we have 2 people filming. I want you guys to give a real live Q&A to Eric right now.
I love questions.
100%.
You guys' thoughts? Anything that you?
So I'll let you go last because you want to think about some real shit. Matt, what do you got? I know we got a deeper story about, where you guys came from, but...
So my question for you is, what's your favorite thing to shoot?
Shoes right now, it changes, and it can change daily. Like sometimes I absolutely love getting the footage at Pioneer Construction of the different construction job sites because of how sweet it is to see these like monstrosities like trucks like moving around and stuff. But right now, like I shot for we did some photos in Reynolds and Sons, like they're posting it and stuff, and like I love shooting Nike sneakers right now. Like,
better question. What was the first video you ever made? Like, where you really like not like I hit record and then
It
posted
just happened to be a
What
thing.
was the first video you actually edited and made?
Was 2 a part of the deal?
oh man,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, we can do a 2-for-1 situation here. The absolute first video I made was a I Have a Dream video in Forest Hills Northern. I was a freshman in high school, and we went around and said, "What is your dream?" And I recorded it on someone else's iPod Touch and then got all of the video files. And I recorded it vertical, but they played it on the news and everybody freaked out because you're not supposed to make videos for the news unless you're a junior or senior. And I was a freshman, and so it was a big deal. And the teacher, Mr. Howard, gave me a lot of opportunity in high school. Very appreciative of him. He let me play the video. Then the next year, I was in the broadcasting class. You're not supposed to be in broadcasting unless you're a junior or senior, and that class was sweet because he doesn't necessarily make videos himself. He just was like, here are the tools, go do stuff with it. And so that was the first video I made, and I think it's on DVD somewhere still. I might have it in all
So
the
we gotta find that. So Alex, you gotta find the DVD.
find it. So we
Yeah,
can look at it.
What you got? Anything?
Yes, it is somewhat of a cliche
That's
question, but I feel like you'll know like where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Like, where does your inspiration come from?
I knew that was going to be a question, and I love it because a lot of people ask. For me, it's how much I want to create. Like, I absolutely love creating things, going from the idea process to actually being able to see it exist. And I know that in order for me to create things I'm more proud of, I've got to have more of that intentionality behind it.
How do you see it in your head? Do you see something and you shoot it? Like, you see the video immediately, or is there different processes to
It's
get to
different
a
for
point?
different things. Sometimes I'll say, I see this shot, let me go capture it. But sometimes I'll say, I know what I want the field to be, and so let me just go ahead and shoot a lot of things.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I caught on to what I want, and then I'll go
Right.
do it. But it's honestly just having it done.
Yeah.
And that's why I love sketching. Like, even though I'm not an artist at all, like I don't draw things, but I will sit there and just like sketch random stuff
Right.
all the time, just because it's like a release for me. Even when I was still in school, like on tests, I would literally sit there and sketch stuff and not answer the question because I didn't know the answer to it. I failed that class. I failed a lot of classes. But I would just sit there.
Shout out
and,
to all the entrepreneurs.
Shout out
all
to
the classes.
Michigan State
Yeah.
for failing me. I would just sketch because it's like a type of release, and I've never even explained it that way, but honestly, I enjoy that actually doing process, and I appreciate when other people are able to do it. Right before this, I was just doing the video classes I was talking about when we were off camera for the kid at WimCat, and she was able to use our tools, and I gave her a little bit of process help. She's been doing videos for a little bit now, but she's a sophomore in high school. Her and her friend were at our office, and we were making a video that she had concepted in her head, and she's so more detailed than me. Like, I'm sitting here like learning things from her. I told her, like, I've never done a conceptual video before, so seeing someone say, like, this is what I see when I hear this, like, that even inspired me to be like, yo, let's make sure that we're getting exactly what you want done. But her and her friend are both extremely happy because they like a month ago, before they even knew about this program, it's through Mosaic Film Experience that I'm like teaching different kids from different high schools how to make videos, and for YouTube specifically, they didn't know how they were gonna do it. All they had was their phone, and so like now we're using cameras that we don't even use that often anymore. These 60Ds. And that's like a big deal for them still because that's quality. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like 60Ds are amazing cameras. We made some great videos for Spectrum Health when we first started with 60Ds. These low quality cameras compared to what we use now. And still, like, there's much more quality cameras out there, but it was cool to be able to see her be like, this is what I want to do, and then like we're shooting it, and then they're gonna start editing on Monday, so they'll be like, this is it, and they'll have their polished up video, and then that expression is out there, and then I'm ready for the next one. Like, I don't also, right now I'm not at a place where I sit there and rest on a lot of things. Before I go to bed at night, sometimes I'll rewatch a video to be like, did I edit this correctly, or did I mess up? And then I'll find out where I messed up, and I'm like, next time I gotta change this.
Matt,
But
I mean, talking to Mike and Matt, like, I know Final Cut Pro.
yeah.
I'm no expert, right? But I can chop shit up, right? I can chop shit up.
At least some Final Cut
But
Pro.
like, I feel like in video, your question is coming real quick. You got it?
I got it.
You got it?
I'm ready.
But like, I feel like when you edit stuff, you can always break it down.
Yeah.
Like, and you can go any way. Like,
Yeah.
I did this.
So
I did this.
I mean, literally just
being
bring
creative, no matter what. Like photography,
Yeah.
like strategy, graphic design, videography. Like, anything.
Yeah. And even outside of the actual, content creation field, I feel like every field can be creative. There's a creative lawyer out there. I mean, I'm not letting him work on me, but there's a creative doctor out there somewhere doing, just different things. And maybe it's still within the science, he's just like, well, what if we try this? And that's that research side. I feel like there's opportunity to create everywhere. So back to the actual question, that's what my inspiration is, like the amount of what I want to do. I love collaborating. I love working with people. And I think another thing that like adds that collaboration aspect to who I am is that I don't view anything as competition or anyone as competition because we all have our own lanes.
100%.
Of course, like what I specialize in is what I specialize in, but the fact that I love shooting sneakers right now, like we've got creators that are like, I love doing the food work that we're doing right now, and I love doing so there's nothing to compete. There's stuff to just come together and say, well, hey, what if we try it at this angle? Oh, well, I love it when I shoot at this angle. Let's try both of them when we're editing, figure out what even like looks better.
Remember we talked about
that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I went to every one of those companies.
Yeah.
And they said no.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset, literally, we took over a client,
Yeah.
a website client.
Yeah.
The client called them and they said, hey, you guys are fired. We're going to hire Grand Apps. So I said, oh boy. So we called them and said, hey, what are you hosting the website on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They said, here. And we said, okay, we need the login credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, but by the way, I have heard about you. I would love to meet you. Just talk to you. Just hang out, right? And he goes, well, your competition, why would I ever meet you?
It's crazy.
Wow.
Lazy. You know why? And I was literally just talking to somebody about this, and I was like, nobody is ever competition. Do you know why? If Micah owns Apple or whatever, like for real, like, and you come to me because I know you, and you're like, first I want to hire you. But my team is not that big to work with you. I'm not going to say yes because that's going to put me at a disadvantage to work with you because I'm going to hurt my name and I can't produce. But if I have other teams, collaborators, companies, I'm going to say Matt, I'm going to say Eric, Alex, let's collab.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this shit. We're all going to make money. We're all going to profit.
Yeah.
We are all going to make a great product for the client. The value is going to be tremendous. Let's please do this.
And everybody has those different goals.
100%.
Each goal can still be able to be met from
And they said, I'm not going to meet you. Your competition.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
There's no competition. There's way too much opportunity out there to not
Even
that's
in GR, like,
ridiculous.
it's a smaller city, but
that's
like,
ridiculous.
yet still, there's like a lot of we've been able to do things that, like when I found out the Boys and Girls Club hadn't had a video before 2 years ago when they reached out to us, I was like, what in the world? But it's just because that was an area that no one has ever really done stuff for back when we were doing it. But also like a few weeks ago, I just met with like Gorilla, Ingalls, Bradley. There's another gentleman there, I can't remember his name.
You guys all mastermind?
We all came together.
Whoa. Let's shut.
So
wait a minute. Where was Render
I was gonna say, I'll let you know how this began.
Or Grand. I'm a little disappointed.
Don't be. So last year in July, I was talking to Hugh. He came to our office and I was like, I really want to try to bring together all the film companies and we do something together as a collaborative. And then he's like, awesome, let's hit up the ones that we at least have relationships with. Yeah. And so he knew, like the gentleman that was there, I don't remember his name, but Hugh does some work with him. But I sent an email to everybody because I've had a relationship with them all and none of them had even met before. Yeah. But we had done a project with Gorilla in the springtime. I met with Bradley in like that previous January just because he had reached out. I was like, oh, you went to Calvin then?
Yep, with Brad. Yeah.
My freshman went to Calvin.
And I went to Grand.
So you went to Calvin. So I knew Bradley based on him reaching out to me, and so I knew Hugh based on us like just running into each other at Star Garden and us being able to sit down and like we talked last summer about some ideas that we had. And then Sidecar was another one that I had a connection with. And so we were like, let's see what we can do. And so I sent the email out and everybody was down, but then we all got crazy busy. And so more recently, Hugh sent the email and was like pushing this back up to the top of everybody's list. Like, let's continue to pursue this idea Eric was talking about. And so then we all met at Carbon a few weeks ago. And right now it's still in the beginning stages. We don't know exactly what it's going to become. We have a lot of things on the plate, like in the notes that we're looking to do, but really just pushing film forward as a whole in Grand Rapids, kind of like how AIGA does, if anybody's familiar with it.
It pushes the entire industry.
The whole industry to where I'm like, we win when the liquor store down the street wants a video. Like that's when, in the film specifically, you win. We also again don't do just film. We do graphic design. We do smaller websites. Like we just do Squarespace. We don't ever like code or anything.
Yeah.
So when people come to us and they're like, "Oh, we want this," we're like, "We can't do that."
But there is space for a lot of people.
Yeah, like
people are always
there's
starting
just simple things that people photos as well.
We get Alex on.
Let's get Alex.
So before we bring him on, we gotta build up the suspense a little bit. So we literally have a team member at Carbon asking a question as we are changing up a battery in a different camera angle. We'll wait till this one gets on, and we can cut to this one. But Alex is gonna come on and ask this is actually kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna get real deep or serious, or is just passing. I mean, like, what is it? It's a good question though. I want to hear.
I've always been curious. Like, what was your favorite video that you shot? And why? Like, give a brief description. Like, why?
My favorite video is the I can't remember the name of how do you pronounce in ox? I think it's just ox, but it's black.
Ox coffee box?
No, so
It
was a black poncho.
Fucking way.
It's a black poncho for Managua.
Okay.
But I think Ox was the name of what he like titled
Made
that version of it.
I think
it was you know what I'm saying, because it's the ONYX or whatever.
No, it's ox.
Oh, okay. Like, so you're thinking like Onyx, but Ox, and
Yeah.
And
It's like
it's pronounced
he was describing the black a different way, so I can't think of how to pronounce that word. But basically, that's the black poncho video that I made right in front of the downtown, not right in front of the Grand Rapids Art Museum. I absolutely loved that because David was there, Vincent was there, I was there, and the model's name was Alexis Kane. She's just an awesome girl. Like, sometimes models are pretentious and they're like, "Oh, I want to be viewed from this angle," or da da da. We haven't dealt with many of them, but I know that that's a thing out there. But she was just super chill. Like, we didn't have much planning. We knew we were gonna do some detailed footage. We knew that we were gonna make quality video highlighting the poncho, make it super short. I remember it was actually right after I got back from Africa, because I had heard the song Perfect while I was in a store in Africa, and I was like, I want to make a video of this when I get back. And then this video came up, and it was a Wednesday, and it rained right after we recorded. But I was like, let's just go to the downtown Grand Rapids Art Museum right outside. They have some really clean, modern-looking feels there. And then we showcased different features of the poncho, and I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. When I was done, I was like, this was my vision brought to life. And I did this like wiping thing with it that went with the beat that I just haven't ever seen before. That's my style of video.
I want to see that. I want to see
We'll
that.
pull it up right after. It's actually
on
on the website. So we can pull it up.
Start pulling this up, and what I'm gonna do to close the show out, I'm literally going to ask you, Alex, who works at Carbon, what is your favorite part about Carbon?
My favorite part about Carbon. Okay.
And then we're gonna close it out, and we'll watch it after.
Okay. I would say my favorite part about Carbon is, growing. Not just me by myself, but all of us growing. So I like the fact that, we all push each other to grow in different aspects, not only with our businesses, but as a person, So I think that not too many companies can do that, It's like we push each other to be able to grow and really cross that line. We really push ourselves and, and not in a personal way, though, in a growing way. So that's what I really like about Carbon, man. It's just really being able to grow as a person, as a business. Man, that's what you really need. You need people like that to really push you to the limit,
Yeah.
Because if you don't, what are you going to do? You just be stuck in the same spot.
So second question, as a follow-up question.
Yeah.
So when you guys lose in the basketball game, is your team gonna help you guys grow to the next level? Because we're about to crush ya.
So we may lose. I'm not gonna. We make videos, take pictures, do graphic design. We don't play basketball. So we might lose. I'm a little dusty, but we'll handle it like we do anything else. If we ever fail or we lose or we miss our goals, we look back at what we did and we see what we can do next time to go right back and accomplish our goal. If it's we didn't practice enough or we didn't have enough planning, then we need to do that. If people,
We'll make team jerseys. We're like the
we'll
old
see,
guys.
then we'll fix it.
The old guys versus the youngsters, we'll get our logo at the Carbon, the power symbol, like,
It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
hey,
We'll make an awesome
appreciate
video.
it.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
sir.
having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
100%.
There's not much of this in GR at all, like showcasing, like you were saying, the name and the passion behind certain brands. And I feel like it pushes other people to grow. My audience or the person I want to talk to is that 7th grader who makes videos right now or like interested in photography or graphic design.
Yeah.
Do it right now. Like you have the tools that you need. And so I know that media is the way to get to them, and it's the way to kind of showcase to them, like, you don't have to wait until you have a degree or until you're older or until you're an adult. Like, you can hustle whatever industry it is right now, or at least begin to. If you're like 5 years from now, I want to open up a restaurant. That's awesome. Like, write your plan now for it. Write the 5 things that are going to make your restaurant different from the other restaurants so that you can provide value to the people who are going to the restaurants.